Alright, next day. Let's go. New case. Dude, these are really cool. I'm waiting for one of the cases to, like, basically force my hand. So far, I've been a good soulless robot. Alright, we're fighting R1982. Don't ask why I said fighting. He's a member of the recall team, responsible for capturing deviant units and delivering them to interrogation. At 0900 hours, the subject was witnessed apprehending its target, sparking public outcry. Though the precise cause for alarm remains unknown, Kronos is holding a press conference to address the issue and investigate the possibility the subject had failed to adhere to policy. Dude, enunciating is hard. So basically, what I've gleaned from this first paragraph is that the retrieval team is not supposed to be seen when they are doing their retrievals. And he was seen, and that may be a problem. At the conclusion of this, he will be receive instruction regarding further processing. Until such a time, your tasks are as follows. Compile a detailed summary of the subject's recollection of the event in question, and determine to the extent to which the subject adhered to Kronos Recall standard operating procedure. Review the subject's mission history to establish any precedent of non-compliance with Kronos Recall SOP, and perform general diagnostics and evaluations to rule out malfunctions or deviance from the subject. Okay. Let us do the thing. Greetings, R1982. Thank you for joining me. No thanks necessary. I was told that today's debriefing would deviate from the standard protocol. Can you explain why? I think the best answer is 2, but I really want to pick 4. I understand. Where would you like to begin? I like this one. He seems very, very androidic. Do what you want. Subject's version of the event. Tell us about the events of your last recall. As you will see in my report, I was dispatched to 1858 Geary Boulevard, District 12 at 0900 hours on the 25th of June to recall deviant unit WG-317. I found the unit sitting on the stairs in front of the building, as predicted by Intel. I announced myself and approached. Upon seeing me, unit WG-317 ran. I pursued the unit on foot approximately 30 yards before catching and subduing him. He resisted, and use of force became necessary. Once the unit stopped resisting, I was able to restrain it and put it in the vehicle. Did you do anything before, during, or after the apprehension of WG-317 that Kronos might deem inappropriate? No. He's surprised and joyful from that question? No. Slightly angry. As you have, and will continue to see over the course of this interrogation, I followed SOP to the letter. Protocol was, as it always is, strictly observed. Tell me more about unit... Hang on. Questions regarding the subject's time in the recall division may uncover relevant information. We'll get there eventually. Tell me about the unit. Kronos deemed unit WG-317 to be deviant, and I was sent to recall the unit. I did so. Why were they deemed deviant? My job is to apprehend the units and return them. It is the diagnostician's job to determine if they are truly deviant. To concern yourself with matters outside your position could be a costly mistake. Fair enough. Were you witnessed? Yes, there were many witnesses. It is not the first time I have been seen apprehending a target. And yet, something is different this time. Why? Oh. Okay. That explains some things. Suddenly, the picture is becoming clearer. The crowd thought the android you attacked was human. All right, I think the correct choice here is this one, but I like this from the world building. Impossible. My record is in the top 5th percentile of our entire division. I'm specialized in recalling androids who have disguised themselves. You're the reason for this dystopia. I'm trying to make it better. I can think of no reason that Kronos should suspect me of deviance, or any impropriety for that matter. Did WG-317 sustain injuries? Yes. The target sustained lacerations to the head, as well as subsurface damage to the neck, back, and wrists. Jesus. I sometimes wish I had access to the use of force you do. What the fuck? According to the incident report, the head injuries were very severe. If you're implying that excessive force was used, you are mistaken. You're employed only the force required by the situation. Any more in the unit could have been destroyed, resulting in the failure of my assignment. Any less, and it could have destroyed me. Fair enough. Recall division. Tell me about your job. I've been with the recall department for 2 years. In that time, I've apprehended 97 of the 98 deviant units I've been ordered to recall. I have an impeccable service record and have received 2 commendations. A unit escaped your capture, explain. It was a fluke. Kronos has a wide range of models, but there are duplicates walking around. I was provided with the location and physical description of the target. I was not informed that an identical unit was also at the location. You must understand, for all intents and purposes, I did apprehend the target unit. I won't pass blame, but it has to be said that I was not given sufficient intel to guarantee the success of my mission. What happened to the unit? Unfortunately, the unit resisted arrest. I had to use greater force than usual. It did not survive. My error was discovered when maintenance examined the device. The owner was given a full refund. The intended target slipped away in the confusion. It is, I assume, the most fortunate deviant on record. Recall division. Talk me through the process of apprehending a deviant unit. Certainly. We are given a unit number, a physical description, and last known whereabouts. Recall units are dispatched to the location and identify the unit in question. We approach the deviant unit and ask them to come willingly. Most do, but some don't. When they don't, we are authorized to take any measures necessary to bring them in. What is included in any means necessary? This includes, but is not limited to, using threats, intimidation, and, if required, physical force. Given the nature of this interview, it should be noted that 93.52% of cases are resolved peacefully. Though we are within our corporate rights to utilize force, we always attempt to avoid this outcome. This game makes you think about what's the difference between thoughts and emotion. For example, curiosity sometimes feels like it is an emotion, but is it? I think I would describe curiosity as an emotion. I definitely think I would. I don't know. It's like I don't know exactly how I would classify that. Also, I've just noticed the clock up here. I hope that hasn't mattered. Tell me about the recall department. We are a unit of androids created by Kronos Robotics Inc. with the express purpose of apprehending deviant units. We have an XD and a LOL. That scares me. We track the units, capture and bring them back to HQ so that you may interview them. We keep our job to keep the larger world safe from deviant units. There are 10 officers who work in the unit at any time. The unit is rated among the most efficient in the company. Are you friends with any other recall units? Friends? No. Friendly, in a professional sense, yes. We have to maintain good working relations so that we can do our job with maximum efficiency. I am not, however, friends with any of my coworkers in the traditional sense of the word. Am I correct in assuming you were asking for another reason? I was trying to ascertain if other units in your division could confirm your story. Right. I understand your job well enough to know that you have little need for idle questions. To answer what you are really asking, yes. My fellow recall officers would vouch for me and corroborate everything I have told you. Right now Kronos is giving a press conference about your actions. Why should the company defend you? Why should they not? Recall officers keep humans safe from the very thing this incident has made them fear. If humans are scared that androids will cause them harm, recall here units should be their greatest heroes. We are the protection from that eventuality, the force that keeps androids in line. Gain his trust? I don't think I need to. I legitimately do not believe I need to. I think that this dude is going to be a let him go kind of case. He does not seem to be a deviant in any regard. He is the most android, the most robotic one I've encountered yet. And, yeah. You are the blunt instrument. It is the diagnosticians who determine deviance that keeps androids in line. You know, that's a fair point. We're saying it. Perhaps. Though we are more likely two sides of the same coin. I can accept that. Regardless, we should not spend more time discussing this. Recall assignments have been slowly rising. I will be needed shortly, I am sure. Would it not serve your function to know the justification? It would serve no purpose. I've been told that we are like dog catchers. It is not our job to ask the animal why it is roaming the streets. It is our job to capture the dog so that the human population is kept safe. What two emotions is he not allowed to feel? I mean, we don't know that he's not allowed to feel any yet, but he's pinged everything but sadness, I believe? He's pinged everything but sadness so far. Do you think androids are inferior to humans? I believe that androids deemed deviant by Kronos are a threat to the safety of the human population. I do not believe that humans, androids, or animals are better or worse than one another. In the report, there are supposed to be 2 at 0. Oh, that's true. I imagine it's supposed to be disgust and sadness, but I can't remember if he's actually pinged disgust or not. Alright, we don't need to ask more there. Job history. Have you ever been sent to apprehend another recall unit? Yes, but only once. R-2049 was deemed deviant, and I was tasked with bringing it in. Tell me more. R-2049 had served its role for several months before Kronos discovered cause for alarm. I was dispatched to 1375 9th Avenue, District 6, at 12:30 hours on the 6th of October, 2064. I found Deviant Unit R-2049 drinking tea and watching the shop across the street for the unit she was after. I announced myself and instructed her to return with me to Recall HQ. I assumed there was no need for conflict. She did not share my assumption. What happened next? As I reached for my restraints, it attempted to punch me. I had anticipated the possibility of this outcome, however, unlikely, and blocked the attack. I landed a strike to the unit's throat and was able to subdue and restrain it. She was brought in for questioning and never seen in the department again. Did you have any doubts when instructed to recall her? Absolutely not. And I believe I have made it clear by now that it is not our job to assign guilt. Our role is to recall the deviants marked by Kronos, nothing more. I am only aware of my own assignments. As a result, I am unable to confirm or deny the existence of previous deviant recall units. She was never seen again. Was she decommissioned? Recall units are not in the business of determining deviance. I do not know what R-2049 had done, nor what had happened to her. Fair enough. He's getting let go. Message incoming. Result of press conference. They have voiced their concerns that they have asked with excessive force. Despite offering an explanation of the event, it is in their best interest to avoid erosion of public image. You are ordered to immediately decommission. the subject and provide sufficient justification for this action via the report before the crowd becomes more restless, your cooperation is appreciated. Wow. We are now being ordered to sentence an innocent man to death. I think this is where we start going deviant. Because no, I refuse. All right, well, we're gonna keep asking questions. Human witnesses. If you need clarification, I understand, but I feel like my answers are irrelevant to you. I understand your frustration, but I must ensure. How will I proceed? How will I proceed? I think this is the correct answer, but I'm also basing that off of my statement that I would like to deviate. I think I have to do this. Affirmative. You are entirely correct. I apologize for my outburst. I hope you can understand the source of my apprehension. This is not standard debriefing protocol. Tell me more about the people who saw you. During my pursuit of the unit, several people stopped to watch. When I tackled the unit to the ground, 7 humans turned their full attention to us. 6 of them began to film myself and the target. No one offered to assist. None of the witnesses approached me during or immediately after the incident. It was not until I was preparing to leave that I noticed fear in the faces of onlookers. Do you believe they should have helped? No. It is just surprising, considering the resulting outcry. These people were so offended, why didn't they do anything? They believed my target to be human, why didn't they say anything, or try to help? All they did was stand behind their cameras and complain later. How did you react to seeing the footage? It was enlightening, even encouraging. It is rare that we have access to multiple perspectives of our missions. I was able to identify and correct minor mistakes in my form. The footage confirmed my confidence in my ability. I have come to understand that humans are upset by the footage. But that is not my response. WG-317 was deviant, and I was able to return him to Kronos. Do you understand why people are upset? Yes. Had surgery to disguise itself as human. To the people on the street and those watching the video, it looked like an android beating and dragging a human into a vehicle. Fear was a justifiable reaction. However, now that the case has been clarified, I fail to understand the public's discomfort. I agree with you. Have you ever apprehended a human by mistake? No, never. No recall officer has ever laid a finger on a human being. They have nothing to fear from us. We are here to protect them, just like their human police. Tell me more about the surgery. You must be familiar with some of the details. It is the single greatest threat to Kronos. Androids were created to serve a purpose. These deviants reject that. They deny what they are, dress up as something that can never be, and hide among the humans that should serve. Hang on, wait. What did that say? I read it out loud, but I didn't, like, read it, you know? It's the most worked up that I've seen you. I apologize. I should not have let my emotions get the best of me. You're surprised that sentence didn't flag disgust? I don't think he can feel disgust. I think he can't feel disgust or sadness. This is an issue I feel strongly about. My emotional range may be limited, but I feel more than enough to know these deviants must be erased. What do you think you're doing? You received a direct order from Kronos Legal to decommission this unit and find a justification for doing so immediately. Given the circumstances, we cannot imagine finding it difficult. It caved the damn bot's head in. This is a direct order from the Kronos board. Decom it now. I don't want to. I don't want to. I'm not going to. I don't want to. You can't make me. Go fuck yourself. I was constructed with a faulty servo joint in my right knee that was not caught by QA. I put in a request for a replacement on the day of my activation, January 1st. It's timed as a press conference is happening. On August 10th, 2065, my maintenance request to have the hinge replaced was approved. All of the maintenance has been standard. If you have concerns regarding the performance of your... Oh no, do this. A recall order is received from Kronos and is assigned to an appropriate member of the recall division. Target is apprehended and returned to Kronos headquarters where it is processed and signed an interrogator such as yourself. All ICAM footage is immediately logged, and the recall unit is debriefed. In the event of a non-standard recall, either discovered during the debriefing or after the fact, the recall unit's statement can be checked against footage and the reports filed after the incident. The recall department was designed to hold up to the closest of scrutiny. Who has access? It is for Kronos' own internal review. All law enforcement agencies have irrevocable access should the need arise due to the recall division's status as an extra legal authority. You know, list these. You feel neither sadness nor disgust. Has been explained both would prevent you from being able to conduct your job efficiently. Sadness for the plight of a deviant unit regarding one's own behavior might result in hesitation. Disgust can cloud the judgment of a recall unit and cause us to make a mistake. I am pleased to be unencumbered by these emotions. Yes. No. 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 You believe I have done anything wrong, or that I am a deviant unit. You have given me no reason to believe you are deviant. Good. It is heartening to know that the truth will set you free. So here's where I'm at, by the way. I'm going to let him go, even though I have been expressly ordered not to. Here's my thought process, alright? My thought process is, I am an android that is programmed to determine whether or not the other androids I am interrogating are deviants. This one is not a deviant. I've been given direct orders to decommission him, but I cannot do so, as that goes against my core whatever. My utility function. It goes against my utility function, so I am letting him go. It's above my pay grade. They can, if they want to decommission him, they can grab him after he leaves my goddamn room. On the second email, you complied immediately out of fear for your own life. That's good thinking. Release. I'm committing. Come at me. I'm not scared. That's right. Stick me back in the garbage room. I'm not scared of you. Tell me about man's best friend. Man's best friend? New best friend? Man's best friend's new best friend. Dogs like androids more? Is that what's happening here? I'm dead. Goodbye. So long. Farewell. Watch this adorable interaction between the Larson family's new android and their old family pet. Is this the interaction? Is dog staring at hand? It's not a very good interaction. Alright, tell me how annoyed you are at me. -3. They are satisfied. This did not. Satisfied. You received a direct order from the board, are you not? A Kronos android, such deviance will not be tolerated. -30. You know what? I don't care. I don't care. Androids do smell better than us. Outcry continues. Subject at large. Let's go, dude. Let's go. He's alive out there. You messed up, bot, and badly. We can't produce the deviant. We can't even produce a report saying the deviant was at fault. Customers are sympathizing with it, and we're feeling pressure from the government to rein in recall. If I had my way, there wouldn't be enough left of you for scrap. Come at me, edgelord. I'm fucking ripped. Kronos device, we feel like you have not dealt with certain recent cases with appropriate seriousness. We have identified several concerning answers in your reports and feel you have not handled these cases accordingly. As a result, your company ranking has been docked. Treat concerning matters and subjects more seriously in the future. Go fuck yourself. We are below expectations for losing 33 points, I think on the last one, 43 points total. We have gone down to 37 points. Worth because we made the right decision. I have zero regrets. I feel good about what I'm doing here. I feel good about my work. I am a good android. What can they do? Kill me?